All right, let's take a look at question 10. Number 10, we are to find the slope of the function 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 at 1, 6 using the limits definition of a derivative. Okay, so to find the slope of a function at a point, what we're basically trying to find, we're to find f prime of 1. Okay, we're basically evaluating the derivative of the slope at x equal derivative of the function at x equals 1. Okay, so there are two steps involved in finding the slope of a function at a point. So let's go ahead and write down the steps first, and then we'll apply to this problem. So number one, you want to find the derivative. You want to find the function that can be used to calculate the slope of this function at any point. All right, so you can either use the differentiation rules or the limit definition of a derivative to find the derivative of a function. And then after finding that function that helps you calculate the slope or derivative at any point, you evaluate the slope at the specified x value. Okay, so you find f prime of, in this case, 1, because we're looking at the input is x equals 1. All right, so these are the two steps we're going to employ in finding the slope of the function at 1 comma 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with step number 1. We want to find um, f prime of x. Okay, so using the limit definition of a function, we know that f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h plus f of, I'm sorry, minus, minus f of x, and then that divided by h. Okay, so this is what we're going to use. So let's write down what the function is first. We know that the function f of x is 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. Now, what is f of x plus h? F of x plus h is basically what you get when you input x plus h in all the x's, okay? So to make it more explicit, I'm going to color code my input quantity so that everyone can see exactly what's happening here. So what I'm doing is I'm composing this function with x plus h, okay? So I'm going to have 2. Instead of x squared, I'm going to have x plus h quantity square. Remember composition of functions in pre-calc. That's what we're doing here, times 3x plus h. 3 times x plus h plus 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and simplify this. We're going to have 2 times x plus h squared. You can use the expansion formula. You recall that a plus b quantity square is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, I'm going to use that shortcut here so I don't waste too much time. So we have x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And then distribute the 3 into the quantity x plus h. We have 3x plus 3h plus 1. Now we're going to distribute the 2 into this quantity. We'll have 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 3x plus 3h plus 1. All right, so we now know what f of x plus h is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Notice I'm doing it step by step, okay? I do the terms in the numerator first, then I'm going to evaluate this, and then after evaluating the quotient, I'll then take the limit as h approaches 0, all right? So what we're going to do next is we're going to find um, we're going to find f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. All right. So we have f of x plus h is 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 3x plus 3h plus 1. Now, since I'm subtracting 2x squared plus 3x plus 1, the minus is going to alter the signs of every single term. It's going to make it the opposite. So if I distribute the minus, I'll have minus 2x squared minus 3x minus 1. Okay, so you want to be careful with that. Don't forget to distribute the minus to all three terms in your f of x function. And then we're dividing that by h. So let's see what happens here. If you notice, 3x and 3x cancel out. And then plus 1 and minus 1 cancel out. 2x squared and 2x squared cancel out also. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have left. This becomes 4xh plus 2h squared plus 3h. What do you notice about all the three terms in the numerator? They have a greatest common factor, which is h. So we can factor that out. So we factor out the h, and we're left with 4x plus 2h plus 3. And that quantity times h divided by divided by h. And then we can divide the h's out. Okay, so you divide the h and divide the h. And now we can take the limit. So let's find the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. All right, so since this entire quotient right here is this quantity, what we're now looking for is a limit as as h limit as h approaches 0 of 4x plus 2h plus 3. So how do we find that out? You just substitute 0 for h. So we're going to have, it's going to become 4x plus 3. Okay, so what is this? That's the derivative. So f prime of x is equal to 4x plus 3. So the slope at 1/6 is f prime of 1. So we evaluate this function at x equals 1. Remember, this function helps you calculate the slope at any point on the curve, okay, on the quadratic function. So 4 times 1 plus 3 equals 7. So what does that mean? That basically means that the slope of the function, the slope of the function at 1,6 is 7. All right, if you draw a tangent line to the curve at 1,6, the slope of that tangent line is going to be 7. All right, so that's it. You can advance to the next question, question number 11. Just click here. Or if you want to gain access to the main menu where you can access all the questions for the practice test, you can click here. Don't forget to subscribe for updates to other cool calculus tutorials such as this.